Hi, Scorpio, Sun, Moon, and Ascendant. This is Dane, and I'm going to be doing your November 30th, 2024 new moon reading for you. This is a very powerful new moon as it is the second new moon in November, so it's quite special. Now, if this reading resonates with you, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. It helps me out tremendously. It gets this channel seen by the YouTube algorithm, which is so beneficial to me. So thank you so very much. If you're interested in a private reading or gift cards, which I'm very proud to be offering, check out my website, danehartguidedmessages.com. It's listed in the description box below. Now, before we begin this reading, let us clear the energy space, raising our own energy vibration and releasing any negativity. This cleanse and meditation will be accompanied by a loud sound. So take a nice deep breath in, exhaling whenever it feels comfortable for you. Releasing all negativity from the body like storm clouds, letting yourself feel calm, centered, and at peace as we enter into this safe and loving space. All right, Scorpio, let's see what the tarot has to say. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly, angels and spirit guides. Oh, we have the moon crowning everything. We then have the star reversed. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. We have the Queen of Pentacles reversed, angels and spirit guides. Okay, let me just lay everything out and then we will talk about it. Huh. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly. Oh, I love that you end with the sun. Okay, let's just make sure that you can see everything. Everything's in frame. Yay, it is. Okay. Okay. So the moon here is crowning this whole entire reading, which I love for you. This new moon is in Sagittarius. So if you're born on the cusp with Sagittarius, if you have Sagittarius in your chart, it will affect you more profoundly. You're also a water sign energy. Okay. Water sign energies are Pisces, Scorpio, and Cancer. So as a water sign energy, you are affected by the moon. So, you feel pushed and pulled by it, right? The moon affects the tides. The moon affects you quite intensely. You're going to see that with this new moon in Sagittarius. Sagittarius is a deeper seeker. Sagittarius is ruled by Jupiter. Jupiter is the Roman name for the god Zeus in Greek mythology. So when Sagittarius comes forward, it makes great things happen, right? Because it's ruled by Jupiter and it amplifies. So it amplifies greatness, but it also amplifies doubt and fear. Be very aware of this during this new moon. This is also Pisces energy. The moon represents Pisces energy. February 19th to March 20th is its time frame. We then have the star, which is Aquarius energy. January 20th to February 18th is that time frame. We have here with the moon, we have us looking at certain fears and certain doubts, but also being able to see the shadows for what they are, shadows, and being able to, find our path as we move forward in the unknown or in the questions. We are finding balance with fear and with doubt. And as we move forward, we're also going to be seeing things that aren't necessarily working out for us. Illusions, delusions, doubts, and fears. We can be having a difficult time with Aquarius energy. So if we have Aquarius in our chart, be mindful of where that falls because that can show us some difficulties. And if we have Aquarius in our lives, that can as well. But I see this more focusing inwardly. Like when it is a new moon, you look up at the sky, especially if the night is really clear, and you can see the stars magnificently if you live somewhere where there isn't too much light pollution. And here we can become overwhelmed. We can become overwhelmed with the vastness of it all, the doubts of it all, the questions of it all. And our head can be a little bit more harsh on ourselves than it needs to be. We're very focused on finances, money, what we value as much as money. We have the Queen of Pentacles here reversed. Now, this is Earth sign energy, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. We can be having difficulty with that energy, especially with the Capricorn, since we have the Devil card right here. And that is also reversed. We are learning to free ourselves from chains, but we also know that we have to make a living and survive, right? So that can be at odds with each other. We can find ourselves at odds with the way that we want to move forward, but we also aren't nurturing ourselves the way that we need to. We can either fall into, doing things that we enjoy and just totally losing track of time, or we can fall into, I have to work, I have to work, I have to work until we burn ourselves out. We need a balance. And I know it's a privilege to say I need a balance, but even when we are working two jobs, even when we are just overwhelmed, that balance can be, I need to make sure I sleep. That balance can be, I need to make sure I feed myself properly. Whatever it is in that moment, in that season of our lives, people talk about self-care and it's, hours of it. Sometimes it's hard to scrape out 10 minutes, if not 5. So showing yourself that compassion is going to be very important. With the Queen of Pentacles as well, we can be kind of like not caring that much about our appearance. And with the Queen of Pentacles reverse, it's like, no, you need to care about the way that you look. It's not like, oh, I have to look like a movie star all the time, but it is wearing clothes that make you feel, happy. And it is, you know, it's taking care of yourself. So just remember that, because that's what the Queen of Pentacles is telling us during this new moon, when we're setting our intention, not just for the next full moon to come in December, but for the full moon to come 6 months from now, in almost the middle of, I can't believe it, in the middle of 2025. Where do we want to be? How do we want to be moving forward? And starting to see ourselves as successful is going to be a very important thing. And even if we are successful, we need to see ourselves as that, because we're pushing ourselves and it's always like, okay, next thing, instead of really savoring what we have achieved. The devil is letting go of the chains that bind us. This can be addictions, doubts, and fears, chaoses. It is a release. And that's going to be a very important thing during this time. Are we addicted to anxiety and to fear? The moon will bring that forward. Are we addicted to substances? What is it that controls us? Are we afraid of being successful? Addicted to fear? It moves us then to the Two of Wands. The door has closed. And it can be hard to accept that door closing, but it is going to be very important. The Empress right here is, it is the Great Mother card, right? It's usually depicted, if not always, depicted as a pregnant woman. And here it is a mama bear with her cub. And, when people say, oh, fierce like a mama bears are super, super fierce. You don't get in the way with a bear and their cub. So here it is feeling like I cannot protect what I want to protect. I cannot create what I want to create. It's that feeling of lack of prosperity that comes forward. Now, with the Knight of Swords, we have to be very mindful that during this time, we can be all over the place. Our energy can be very scattered. So with this new moon, focusing this new moon on centering yourself is going to be highly beneficial, because it's like, okay, I need to center me. I need to embrace the darkness, embrace the quiet. I highly recommend taking a glass of water and putting it outside, making sure, I would recommend that it's not in plastic, but if it needs to be in plastic, so be it. But, taking that glass of water, putting it outside, putting it by a window, and taking in the healing darkness, the healing quiet. And that's going to be very important, because the Knight of Swords, air sign energy, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. So if you're born on the cusp of Libra, if you have air sign energy in your chart, that part of your personality is going to be acting up. It is going to want all the attention. It's going to want to push everything forward. Knights are meant to act, but this is like being just too reactionary. So being aware of this is going to be an important thing to see for yourself. With the Knight of Swords reverse, it is feeling overwhelmed, it is feeling chaotic, it is questioning yourself, and it's always feeling like you have to move, which is very interesting, is that we have the Eight of Wands here, which means that everything is moving very fast. So we feel like we should be moving very fast too, but we're starting to release. Sorry, I'm going quickly, slowing it down. When Spirit talks, I tend to talk a lot faster. So with the Knight of Swords, when the energy comes in, we're going to want to speed things up. But we're going to start, instead of getting the message out quicker or moving things forward, we're going to start tripping over things. We're going to start, making mistakes that make us feel like I'll never get to where it is that I want to be. You can also have an energy in your life that is pushing and pushing and pushing and demanding more and more and more. You cannot give that. You need to stand proudly within yourself and saying, this is where I am. I'm releasing vampiric energy that is weighing me down, that is, keeping me from the place that I need to be, soul and spirit, for myself. We are also going to start to see patterns of things where we kind of thought, well, I should be able to do this, everybody else can, or this isn't a talent, because I can do it easily, or whatever it is. We undersold ourselves and we aren't proud of ourselves in the way that we need to be. Do be mindful about this during this moon. Remember, Sagittarius is the great seeker. And as we dive deeper, Sagittarius is all about the truth. So it will bring up things that we think are true and will give us the time and the power to say, is this true within me or not? Is this guiding me forward, or is this truth serving me, or is it hindering me? With the Eight of Wands, everything is moving very, very quickly. And we are going to be handed a gift from God, Source, Spirit, however you see the divine, the universe, of healing, beautiful love. But what's happening here is because everything's moving so quickly, we want things to move in the direction that we want. We're not always going to be as clear-sighted as we think we are, and we can have a hard time nurturing what we want to bring forward. We can also put unrealistic expectations on ourselves that we have to be this great Earth Mother. And I love it when people say Earth Mother, because it always means just sacrifice yourself to the core of your being, right? But if you think of the earth is wild, it is unpredictable, it is intense. Let yourself be all of those things within your spirit. Yes, we have responsibilities. Yes, we have contained lives, but letting yourself be fiercely you and letting your power come forward is going to be something, Scorpio, that's very beneficial. And it brings us then to, again, everything moving quickly, but divinity saying, hey, listen, look over here. I'm handing a gift to you. And we're going to be looking at one certain way. We're going to be looking at things in a very kind of like confined way, in a way that we say, oh, this is what success is. And that's not going to be helping us. So be mindful about this during this time. With the Nine of Cups, we have a blessing coming in. Now, what's interesting with the Four of Cups is that you're going to have a stumble. This new moon is going to bring up something where you're like, wow, that was such a mistake. And we're looking at it through one set of eyes. Divinity is going to be leading us forward with a new set of eyes and opening up so much more to us, opening up a world to us that we didn't know we needed. But at first, my gosh, are we going to be annoyed about it? So there's something here right now, Scorpio, that you've been through that is annoying, that is frustrating. You think you've made a mistake, and Spirit's like, hey, listen, I'm opening a new door for you. I know it's not, in the way that we want to just charge forward right now, but stepping back and stepping into ourselves is going to be highly important. The Nine of Cups is a wish being granted. It is connecting with our energy and ourselves, and the Sun is the happiest card in the whole entire deck. I mean, that's why I was so happy for you. This moon is intense. So you're feeling intense right now. And if you're in the States and you're celebrating Thanksgiving, you're going to be like, oh my gosh, I don't need this intensity right now. So first of all, happy Thanksgiving if you are celebrating. But making sure that you take breaks, making sure that you stay calm. Going for a walk can be something very beneficial for you, something that really embraces what you love and here, or just centers you during this time. And with the sun coming forward, there's a new dawn coming. It's very interesting. If you're in the northern hemisphere, it's becoming darker and darker. And yet the sun is starting to rise on you. And yet you're starting to see things in a way where it's like, oh, but I can do this. It doesn't feel so insurmountable. It doesn't feel like you're climbing Everest, right? It feels like I can do this step by step. I can get there. And all of a sudden, we're going to be creating something very great. If you're in the southern hemisphere, you can see this a lot more, tangibly. You're in summer, or you're moving. You're moving into summer. It's not quite winter yet here. So there is this sense of I can see the longer power within me. And that's going to be very beneficial. Sitting out in the sun, with proper sun protection and an umbrella if you need it is important. But soaking up that heat and that passion and then letting it move into your work and yourself, that's going to be a very powerful thing. And I know this moon, we have the sun and the moon coming forward. We have the stars. So the stars are what we can perceive. And we have to be very mindful of what we are perceiving because we can be a little bit intense and very, very hard on ourselves. thinking we aren't creating, we aren't cultivating, we haven't gotten to that role, that place that we want it to be. It's going to be different than you thought of it when you were 15 years old. And that's okay. And that is okay. And so it's stepping into the power of yourself. It's stepping into the destiny of you. Because the stars are exploded suns, right? So just being aware of this. They dance and play within themselves and they move throughout the sky, and their stories told around them. It's time to tell our story, told around ourselves, for our prosperity, for our success. It moves us to our spirit message. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly, angels and spirit guides. This is the parrot. It says, let go of others' thoughts and opinions, exactly what this reading has been talking about. It is time to embrace who you really are. And it's setting down those intentions. It's casting that spell over you. As you write it out in a journal, as you say it into yourself, you're casting that spell like a witch or a wizard. And you're putting out stardust and you're taking in that stardust and knowing that it runs through your veins. And we question ourselves all the time because we are human. But we're finding power within ourselves, which is extraordinary. It moves us then to our energy to be mindful of during this new moon. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading. This is the Four of Pentacles reversed. We have the Four of Pentacles? Yeah, we have the Four of Pentacles reversed here. We're releasing a lot of vampiric energy, and yet we're being pulled back to it and saying, well, it has become such a truth that we see within ourselves that it's almost like habit. So it's breaking those habits during this time to embrace our truth, to embrace our power that is going to be a bit intense. So just being aware of this, and it moves us to our chakra energy. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading. Oh, goodness. And show me clearly, angels and spirit guides. This is personal power. This is the solar plexus chakra. We need to really start to feel ourselves as being powerful, to listen to our gut. There's going to be a lot of outside energy that's going to disrupt you, that's going to overwhelm you. Centering yourself and seeing yourself is going to be very important. There's also a frustration that's going around, and we see this with the devil reverse, with the Queen of Pentacles reverse, with the two of Wands reverse, the Empress, the Knight of Swords reverse. There's this energy going around of frustration, of I'm not where I thought I would be, or I've gotten hit with all these different things, and I feel like I'm starting beyond start, where I once was. And here it is a looking at ourselves, and it is starting to see our dreams again, because our dreams have been corrupted. And it is starting to say, what do I really want? I'm really listening to that. Not what can I accumulate? What can I buy? What can I have? It is saying to ourselves, what do I really want? And that's going to be important. And this is a perfect moon to do that in. A new moon in Sagittarius, a seeking out of truth, is the perfect moon to say, what do I really want? And then just sit quietly in communion with the moon and let the truth come forward. And also letting the truth come forward of what you're angry about, what's frustrating you. It'll be very interesting, and it is very interesting, the powerful things that come forward if we listen and if we allow ourselves to listen. It moves us then to the moon's message. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly. Angels and spirit guides. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly, angels and spirit guides, angels. Angels and spirit guides. Okay. So what's very interesting here is that the moon is asking us, first and foremost, will we focus? Will we focus on what we want to be? And I think it's very interesting that this is the waxing gibbous moon 4, and this is the waxing gibbous moon 5. So there's a progression. It's like, focus. Will you focus? And those are going to be like little whispers on the wind to us. We're going to find things that we can hyper focus on. If you're ADHD, do be mindful. Things can really become intense during this time. But we need to know nothing is yet set in stone. We're hearing things, we're seeing things, and we're thinking, oh my gosh, that's my reality. No, that's somebody else's reality. It is not yours. Knowing that we are good enough, knowing that it is a time for action, and knowing that our emotions are running high are important, but these are all reversed. And it's like, I don't want to see this right now. I can't handle one more thing. But we are not seeing that we are enough, just as we are. You might want to improve. I mean, I used to have such an visceral reaction when I started reading these cards, like almost like half a decade ago or better. And when it says you are good enough, I was always so angry at it. I was like, there's so much more I want to be. This can't be it. I am enough. Like right here, I have to stop. That's not what it's saying. You are enough. You contain multitudes within your being. Again, stardust runs through your veins. It's not poetry, it's science. And you will change and transform as you grow. And you are enough. It is time to take action, even though everything feels really, really intense. But the action you need to take is not the Knight of Swords, run forward, slay all the dragons type of thing. It is learning what dragons we have within us. It is seeing the ways that we want to change. It's knowing what frustrates us, where we are upset, where we are overwhelmed. And it is okay for emotions to run high because for one reason or another, we're pushing down our emotions. It is okay for emotions to run high, even though, it might not be the perfect timing, right? So let's see what spirit has to say subconsciously. We have the duck, and it says, find comfort and balance in simple ways. You have support all around you. And even if you are alone, there is energy around you that wants you to succeed and loves you. And I know it is hard when we feel like we are adrift, but our angels and our spirit guides are right there with us. And we have those who have passed, we have those on the spirit realm who want us to succeed from this life and past lives. And people might say, well, that's a nice fairy tale. It's not real. But if it's real to you emotionally, then it is real. And letting that richness move forward within you is a connection that is beautiful and brilliant. And letting yourself feel like you matter. Let yourself act as if you matter. And that changes the world because you do. You do matter. It moves us then to our energy to be mindful of. This is the Nine of Wands. It's feeling like, oh my gosh, here's another, Seven of Wands. Here's another battle. I have to stand the high ground. I have to fight, 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 fight. We're tired. We're tired of the constant arguing. We're tired of the chaos. So do be mindful about this. And stand up for what you believe in, absolutely. But also letting things go and saying no is going to be important too. It moves us to our subconscious chakra message, which is the third eye chakra, visualization. Make sure you visualize. Make sure you look at things. This is a blockage in the third eye chakra. You can tap your third eye, which feels wonderful, releasing tension in the forehead. We hold a lot of tension in our faces. We do. So tapping your third eye is very, very beneficial. And giving yourself permission to visualize, to see what it is that you want. And knowing that it doesn't have to be exact, the way that life transforms itself and moves itself forward. But knowing that you are creating something that is beautiful. It's like a beautiful picture book that's drawn slowly every single day without a blueprint made, or a beautiful story that's written, one sentence, a day, or one sentence an hour, however you do it, or a painting or whatever, that you don't know where it's going. And you just let yourself be inspired each and every day. Let yourself visualize that way. We like to give ourselves a lot of rules, and this is right and this is wrong and this is this and this is that. Just let it be. It moves us to our subconscious chakra message, which is the Seven of Wands. And that's the energy that we're also told to be mindful of. We can feel like, oh my gosh, I have to fight. I have to defend. This is overwhelming. Releasing that, standing for what you believe in, but not letting that suck you dry is going to be very important. The unexpected is coming with this moon. It's interesting that you have the full moon in Virgo and now the new moon in Virgo reverse. So there's very strong Virgo energy. Check your chart, see how that can play in. But also Virgo is the hermit turning inward. We can find it very hard to turn inward and see our own personal star. So that can also be why the star is reversed for us. And then here It says a time to give rather than take. This is a time that we need to, it's reversed. So we need to take in energy to heal, right? You need a gallon to fill a cup. You need to take in that energy to heal. And then it is giving the energy into the universe of love, compassion, and caring. And that is going to be just so important. That is so important for you. All right, Scorpio. I hope this reading has resonated with you. I wish you nothing but light, love, peace, and happiness. May harmony always be with you. I am sending loving, healing energy to each and every one of you. I love you all, and stay safe. Let's end this reading with a meditation, a clearing away of negative energy, a raising of our positive energy as we embrace the power, intensity, and beauty of this moon and of ourselves. So take a nice deep breath in, exhaling whenever it feels comfortable for you. May you move forward in peace and in harmony, Scorpio. May blessings and prosperity always be with you. I love you all, and have a blessed moon. Bye.